Excuse me. Hey there, it's Kathy House with Be Creative with Kathy. Um, Happy Monday, everybody. Here's a video. I think I talked to you last week when I did my live that I was getting ready to make my swaps for a demonstrator meeting, and I was going to do an extra video last week. It snuck away from me. Time went flying by. My family came, my kids, my grandkids came. It was just a crazy week, so I didn't get it done, needless to say. But here I am. I'll show you today what I did for my card for my demo swap last Monday. And I have all the other swaps here that I got at the demo swap, and I'll show you those all at the end of the video. But let me show you how I made my swap right here. So I have one out of the envelope here, and I'll set that there so we can see what we're making the whole time. Let me get one more thing organized before. There we go. Okay, now we're ready. So we're going to use the Merriest Trees bundle. So it's the Merriest Trees dies and the Merriest Trees stamp set. You can see that already I've done all the die cutting just so my video goes a little faster. My one last week, get that glare out of there. There we go. Was so slow that I thought this week I better try to do it a little faster so I don't go bug-eyed. But anyway, that's what we're going to use is the Merriest Trees bundle. Alrighty, let's look at some pieces of paper cardstock I have cut here. I have a card base. Now this is Fresh Freesia, and it's just 8.5 by 5.5, and I've scored it here at 4 1/4, which when you fold on that score line, you get a nice card base right there for the base of our card. And then I have a couple pieces here of basic white. These are the mats for the front and for the inside. And then I have some Fresh Freesia scraps. And then I have a piece here of the adhesive back glimmer paper. Now this is that glimmer paper, like it says, adhesive back, that's only available while supplies last. This I think everybody should have on hand. I've ordered several packs because I never want to run out again, and I'll show you how nice it is. I've already used the dies to cut the pieces out, but that you'll need a little bit of that if you decide to make the card again. And then I have a little scrap here of silver that I've die cut that star, but we'll get to that stuff later. Let's get making the card first. Okay, so we're going to start with the front here and put those snowflakes on. So those abundant masks, which you've seen me use a few times, I like to take that mask, I tape it to this. This is like a cutting sheet or something like that from Dollar Tree. I think it's the best way to use your masks. I do little post-it notes. These are like my handles, and you can see I've taped it with some painter's tape so it's not going to move. And then when I flip this up, because like I said, I did a bunch of these, I'm going to just take a little bit of the temporary adhesive. I think that's what this is called. If you want stuff like this, stuff that I use in my craft room that you necessarily can't get from Stampin' Up, it's all on my blog, Be Creative with Kathy. You hover over the shop now, or yeah, shop now button, and it says something about craft room essentials or something. This is one of those items I use all the time that Stampin' Up doesn't sell, and I have to go to Amazon and get it. But anyway, I put the adhesive here. That way this piece of cardstock isn't going to move when I go to put those snowflakes on there. See, just a little bit of adhesive, but yet it's removable. That's what it's called, removable adhesive. So when I take it off, I can just take it. Well, I'm going to just take it and put it on my card base so it doesn't matter if it has sticky on the back. Okay, long story short. And then the last thing I did was I put a little extra post-it note here, and that way, when I get my Fresh Freesia ink here and my blending brush, and I don't want a really blotchy color here, I can just start here and then just lightly ink up those. And these kind of work as handles so you don't get your hands all dirty or holding it down. The little post-its on the side. Anyway, I think this is the only way to use the mask. It makes it a lot less messy. These little mats, I think you get 2 for $1 at the dollar store if you have a Dollar Tree near you. I have to watch how many times I go to Dollar Tree because I absolutely love. I think Dollar Tree has really upped their game, and you get some nice stuff there. And I'm starting to get ready for my craft fair, craft show, craft market, whatever. I can't do two things at once. And so I've been shopping at Dollar Tree all the time. The cool thing about this is when your paper stays, you can see, do you like the way it looks? Do you want more ink? I think it looks good the way it is. So I'm going to go ahead and just lift that up like that. Now this, I would just go run under a sink with some warm water and wash all that off. I've heard people say that you can take this and a baby wipe and wipe it up. I just want to warn you, be careful, because these little intricate pieces here get stuck on the baby wipe. I learned that from from trial and error, and I won't use a baby wipe on mine again just because it damages, I think, the stencil or the mask, whatever it's called. Okay, now we have our piece here. I'm going to go ahead and get permanent tape runner, and I'm going to put this on the front of my card base here, and then we have that piece just that fast all done. And look how pretty that is for a background for our tree. Okay, speaking of tree, you saw that I've already cut it out here of the Fresh Freesia just to save some time. I saved that piece that we cut it out from, and I'm going to use my stamp positioning tool. Mine's called the Stamp Radish Stampin' Up! Used to sell. That's what I'm going to use. But what I show you now should work on any stamp positioning tool. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get my stamp out here. And it's a big stamp, and it's a solid stamp, and we're going to stamp on colored cardstock. So I think that's why we need the stamp positioning tool, so we can ink it up and stamp it down a couple times. But I'm going to just pick a place here on my scratch paper or the grid paper and pick up my stamp here. And now, of course, oh, it didn't stick to my paper. I thought for sure you would pull my paper up. On my Stampratus, I have several layers here, just so I can get a really good image with that photopolymer. And then my magnet, of course, is going to hold it down. So now my paper won't move. I'm going to ink this up in that same Fresh Freesia. And I've re-inked my Fresh Freesia recently, so he should be nice and happy and juicy and dark. Make sure that's laid flat on there. And I'm going to just stamp that here like that. Okay, so now I know where my image is going to stamp. Then I'm going to take this negative piece, or this piece here. I'm going to use that same, well, it doesn't matter what adhesive. We just need something so we can keep this down onto our grid paper. I don't want it to move at all. Especially I did this when I was making like 12 of them, because then you could use it over and over and over. Look, I did the wrong one. I cut the wrong tree. So hang on, we have to try this again. I'm going to have to waste some time, figures, and do the right tree. Let me grab my die cut machine, because of course I have the wrong one here. I need the big one. Boy, does that just sound like something Kathy would do. That's what happens when you try to prepare. And when I did it, I thought, man, that tree looks really small. Okay, let me try this again. So with my die cut machine, I'm going to show you, because I discovered, well, I haven't discovered, I got it out of the cupboard and saw how nice it worked. I'm going to use my platform number 1, my adapter plate number 2, and then I'm going to use a magic mat. Now, I'll warn you right now, Stampin' Up! Does not promote the magic mat. And if something would happen to my Big Shot and Stampin' Up! Knew I ran my magic mat through there, it wouldn't be under its warranty anymore. So if you do something like this, just beware. But the magic mat, which you can get online, there again, you can find it on my blog when you hover under the Shop Now button and Craft Room Essentials, saves your plates. So let me try this again. I'm going to lay this one down. Where did here's my top plate, like that. Anyway, and cut this out. Look how smooth it goes through. Nice. Okay. Now that was embarrassment is over. Pretend like that didn't happen. And now we have the right size tree. Yay. So I'm going to put adhesive on the back of this one, so this stays put. And I can set my tree in there. Now that I know where it's going to stamp, I'm going to outline it like this. Can you see what I did? So now I can see where it's going to stamp. It's going to stay in there. I take my tree that I just cut out and laid it in there. And you know what? Let's go ahead and put a little bit of adhesive on the back of my tree so it doesn't move either. And now he's going to stay put exactly where I want him. If all goes well, because it didn't go well the last time I thought I had the stuff prepped up. Okay, we're going to ink up our tree. Like that. Now, if you get ink on their positioning tool, it really shouldn't matter. It should just be fine. It's not going to ink. It's already cut. So lay that down. Now, I have one of these little hockey puck things. This was a gift from a friend of mine by the name of Terry Kaspari. But this is another thing I have on my essentials that helps you get a better image. There we go. So far, so good, but it looks kind of splotty. I'm going to do it one more time. But this way, you get that perfect image by stamping it twice, and it didn't move because everything's down where you want it. There. Now, I think that looks pretty good. I'm going to stick with that tree after just two. And when you take this off, maybe, there we go. It looks just like that. And then you could cut another tree, hopefully the right size, not the small one, set it in there, and just do it again and again and again. Alrighty, now we're done with that. Let's go to the next piece here. We're going to go ahead and just take our tree. I'm going to put some dimensionals on the back and go ahead and put it on our card front. So 1, 2, and then a couple down here at the bottom. And then just like that, after we get those dimensional backs off, I'm going to set it right here on my card. Ooh, and you know what? Well, because I have this one, normally I would put the star up there first. I probably put the stars for positioning to see where I want it. But nah, that'll look pretty good just like that. Let's go ahead and put the star on now. Bring those pieces that I die cut here. And I have my little tray I'm going to throw my dies in so I don't lose them. So we have the solid star just out of foil. And these are all pieces from the die cuts that come with the set. And then I've taken this one from that adhesive back glimmer paper in the silver. And you can see how it's cut out all those little pieces. Can you, oh, where did he go? Can you see that, how pretty he is? And he layers nicely right here at the top of this star. And then I just kind of pinch the points to get it where it goes. So it looks like that. And then I'm going to take a mini dimensional. Let's see if I can find one here. Here's a mini dimensional. And I'm going to kind of take both sides off, both backings off, and just kind of tuck that under the point of my tree here. There we go. And then I can attach that right to my tree, just like that. Isn't that cute? Look how pretty those layers are together with the sparkly and the silver. This is really, I think, a really pretty card. Okay, let's go keep decorating our tree here. So this die here that looks like this, and you probably can't see it on the video, cuts out all that little trim for the tree. And like I said, this is that adhesive back glimmer paper, so it's already got stickum on it. And it sticks not where you want it. I'm going to go this route. I'm going to go from this corner down to here and just stick that down. And it's the right size and everything. There we go. And then the next row fits the next set of tree. And now we're going to go from where it took off like that. And then the next one. And it has all these cute little rows of embellishments, or garland. I guess it's called garland, huh, for your tree. This one will go this way. And then the last one, which is stuck in here, let's see if I can get it out. Yep, it just stuck right to my finger, can go right here at the top. And look how pretty that is, just like that. Slap that down. And now you have a pretty tree. And then the one other thing I cut from here is the tree base. And we'll peel the backing off of that. And then we're going to just slide this right underneath our tree here. And it looks like that. And look how pretty all that sparkle is. And we've only used, what, like 2 inches by maybe 4 and 4, maybe 6 inches of that sparkly paper. So you could get a bunch of trees out of here. Now we need embellishment for the center of my tree here. I decided to go with these glossy dots. They have these really pretty purple ones here. And as you can see, I'm almost out. I'll have to order some more purple. But I'm going to take this little dot here and just set it right there. Whoop, on the inside of our tree. There we go. Alrighty, so far so good. So let's work on our greeting and the inside. I'm gonna find, now I have a mess over here, that other piece of white. And on the inside of my card, whoops, that one's not finished. That was, oh, that's the one I'm making. I'm gonna stamp that Merry Christmas and put the 2 little stars. Now the Merry Christmas comes from the polar bear stamp set, which of course I don't have with me either. Let me show you that one. It's this stamp set, right, this Merry Christmas right here. So I'm going to take that and put that on a block. And stamp that on the inside in the same color. That Fresh Freesia, nice and pretty. Just like that. And then with a couple, oh, and while I have that Fresh Freesia, let's go ahead and get the words for the front that says, hoping your home is filled with spirit of the season. So we'll put that on a block and stamp that. I thought we'd already done that. I noticed we haven't. And now the tag I use for this one is going to be from these Stylish Shape dies. It's this one right here. So the second largest banner, I guess. And I'm going to just ink up. Now, since it's photopolymer, we can see exactly where it goes. Ooh, and I even have it upside down. But that's okay, because we'll just turn it over when I'm done. I'm going to line those words up with that stitching and hopefully get it straight with my head in the camera. Yeah, it's pretty good. I'll put some dimensionals just on the end over here of this side. Just one dimensional. Right here, and then I'll just put some tape runner on the other side because it'll stick to the tree, and then we'll just put that right there on our card, just like that. Ta-da! Okay, so on the inside they have these other little stars here, and I'm going to just peel those off here and decorate the inside. Oop, there he is. Look how pretty that is with those little stars in there. I absolutely love this glimmer paper, and I think it goes a long way. So then on the end, whoops, this is the card we're working on. I keep grabbing the wrong one. We'll just put the inside here. And then there we go. There's our card. Isn't that pretty? And now this is so not my normal. I don't normally go away from the normal Christmas colors of green and reds, but this one I thought was really fun, and I love how the silver looks with that purple. So let me go ahead, now that I have everything done here, clean up a little bit, and I'll show you the rest of the swaps and give credit as to who made what. Okay, so here's a couple extras of my card, and then we have this one here with Janet's card. Now look how pretty this paper is. Now Janet colored all of these, fussy cut that out. She did all kinds of work on that card. Look how pretty. But this designer series paper, can you see, is that pretty foil paper? It's part of the online exclusive, so you can only find that online. It's not in any catalog. But look how pretty that card is. That's from Janet. Thank you, Janet. This is Terry. She did a really pretty fall card. And those are the leaves that with the dies that are in the mini catalog right now. And look how pretty that is. Just a simple stamp on the inside, but that's a really pretty card too. So that's Terry, our fearless leader. Thank you, Terry. And she said her leaves were layer upon layer upon layer. She stamped and sponged and stamped, and look how pretty they all turned out. Nicely done, Terry. This card is Chris's. Now, if you ever heard me talk about Crazy Card Chicks Stamp Camp, Chris does that with me. So Chris made this card here. Look, now she used the same bundle that I used today, and I have a feeling that's the same glimmer paper that I used today, but didn't stamp anything on there. And look how pretty that is. And then the inside of hers looks like that, with a little bit of rope here to just give it some extra character and all the bling. Really pretty. This, I don't know if you can tell, but is embossed with that folder from the Bear bundle. All right, and then this one, look how pretty this one is. This is an aspen leaves. Now this is Kathy Hansen. You can see her at Kathy's stamp room, I think. Darn it, I'll have to look that up and make sure that's Kathy. That's what Kathy Hansen's had, a YouTube channel that she has. And look how pretty her inside is. I don't know if you can see the sparkle. Yeah, there you can kind of see the sparkle on the leaves and how pretty that turned out. And darn it, I wished I could remember what design. Oh, it probably says on her instructions here which designer series paper that is. Earth and Elegance designer series paper. That's a pretty card too. Thank you, Kathy. And then we have Cindy. Cindy, look how pretty Cindy's card is with those stars and that gold paper. And then the gold embossing here. So this is the hybrid folder that you can either just use the folder, or it can cut out, or it can emboss your cutouts. It's a really pretty set that's in the mini catalog right now. But there's Cindy's card. This is embossed too. It's really pretty. Probably doesn't do justice on camera, but that's another really pretty card. Thank you, Cindy. And then we'll do this one next. This is Mary. I talk about Mary McCannon. Her and I swap all the time. She's down in Littleton and does classes. If you're in Littleton, Colorado and interested, be sure and look Mary up. And this is how pretty her card was. I love this designer series paper, and I can't remember what it's called. And Mary didn't give me a list, recipe list. There we go. This was our make and take, so Denise outdid herself. She gave us instructions how to do it. So pretty soon I'll be making this card on a video, and look how pretty that is. That opens up. Now this is that same adhesive back glimmer paper, only in the gold. And then she embossed that in gold. Really pretty. Nice, huh? And this die set is in the mini catalog right now too, for some more Christmas ideas. So there you go. There's all my swaps that I made, that I got, that I received. And here's the one that I made. You'll have to let me know what you think. You'll have to let me know if you've tried the glimmer paper with the adhesive back, and if you like to do purple cards rather than the traditional Christmas color cards. Alrighty, thanks for watching. Hey, I've been working on my craft fair, so hopefully I'll get some more videos out. Like I said, I have a ton of stuff I want to show you, and it just seems like I'm having trouble getting my act together and getting in front of the camera. So maybe later this week I'll have another video for you. If not, I'll see you back here Monday about 1:30. Last thing I'm going to say, don't forget, tomorrow is the last day that you can take advantage of the starter kit. You can either get $35 off the starter kit, which makes it $64.35, but you still get the $125 worth of product in there. Or you can get 35% more in your kit, which means you get $168.75 in your kit, and you only pay the $99. So there we go. Oh, look. Oh, yeah, see, traditional colors, that's usually what I go for, too. Alrighty, thanks for watching, everybody, and I'll see you back here next week. Take care. Bye-bye.